So am I gonna sit here and lie and act like this is not fucking hilarious? No. I mean, I'm a recovering addict, but this is not the truth of it. The truth of it is that we don't really look like this. I mean, some of us do, but we don't really look like this. All right, guys, we are actually on the way to Orlando to get my equipment so I can start working today. Right now it is 9:21. It's about an hour away from me. I got the message from my recruiter that everybody's really excited to meet me. So I'm super excited. So yeah, we're on our way, and I will let you know how it goes. I go so hard, they still discredit my talent. Took shit too far, now they regretting what happened. Hard for my mama to accept, I'm a savage. You play, I'm letting you have it. Bring out the best in me or be a distraction. Yo, what up, Astrofam? It's your girl Chichi, and you already know the vibes. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hey, I'm Chichi, and you're watching Chichis Unfiltered Life, the diary of a psychic in recovery. And this vlog is all about being open and vulnerable. I'll be sharing my emotional battles, especially navigating life as a psychic with borderline personality disorder, also known as BPD, and my experiences with methadone treatment. It's tough, but it's part of my healing process. And I want anyone out there going through something similar, or maybe you're just struggling in general, to know you're not alone. It's okay to not have everything figured out. We don't have to have all the answers. And today, I was asked to go deeper into how the methadone process works, since I can't film in the treatment center. So let's dive into it. Alright, y'all. Spirit has been on my ass. Alright. So I'm back. I'm gonna be consistently vlogging again. I'm gonna be going into my spiritual stuff after this. The whole purpose of this channel was to really be on my purpose and to show all the different aspects of myself. I didn't want to be confined in just showing one thing. I didn't want to just show tarot. I didn't want to just be labeled one thing. There's so many layers to all of us. And as you know, me and my sister are working on 2 different projects. I have been enjoying vlogging. It helps me to deal with my thoughts and really analyze myself, reflect, have time with myself. But I did need this time to recover after the death of a loved one. She was one of those friends that even when we didn't speak for a long time, it was like, you ever have one of those friends that you don't speak all the time, but when you do speak, it's like you never skipped a beat. And it was always like that with her. Every time we saw each other, it was like 6 months didn't go by. It was just a few weeks. Her death was very sad, to say the least. And I didn't take it as bad as I normally do death, but I think it was because she came and visited me. That never gave me comfort before. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
I was never comforted by the fact that I was a medium, but this time was different. But I'll be getting more deeper into the spiritual part of me and showing the behind the scenes of how I get ready for a reading, what are my spiritual practices, showing that other side of myself. I've shown you the daily stuff. I'm still working a 9 to 5, just like everybody else is. But Spirit was really on my behind to get up and go do this. So I know everybody has their opinions and their thoughts about the methadone clinic. And for me, it gave me my life back. So I'm very grateful for the treatment. And hopefully, if there's anyone out there suffering and you have some of your own thoughts about methadone treatment, you know, maybe this will change your mind. All right, y'all. See y'all in a little bit.
Opioid dependency is a complex, painful condition affecting millions. Yet, when it comes to recovery, society holds tight to misconceptions, leaving those struggling with addiction to feel judged, misunderstood, and isolated. Methadone is one of the most effective treatments often stigmatized. Today, we'll explore what methadone treatment is, why it works, and why the negative stigma surrounding it is harmful. This is about understanding, compassion, and healing. You may have heard of methadone as a medication for opioid addiction, but there's still a lot of misunderstanding. Some think it's just substituting one addiction for another. In this video, we're unpacking these misconceptions and exploring why methadone could be the best option for someone battling opioid dependency. So am I going to sit here and lie and act like this is not fucking hilarious? No. Who doesn't think this is fucking hilarious? I mean, I'm a recovering addict. I think it's fucking hilarious. But this is not the truth of it. The truth of it is that we don't really look like this. I mean, some of us do, but we don't really look like this. Now, what really trips people out is that a lot of the addicts really look like this. They look so normal. They're everyday people. Moms, dads, families. They're not much different. Doctors, lawyers, nurses. This is me on my way about 5:30 in the morning to the treatment center. Just really thinking about life and how long I've come on this journey. Being really proud of myself. Making sure that I wake my behind up every single day. And as I phase up and I gain more control over my addiction and more trust and more drug tests that I pass, the more take-homes I get to take home. It makes me really proud of myself. Methadone isn't a magic fix, and it's not right for everyone. But for those it works for, it can be a bridge to long-term recovery. Unfortunately, people still feel ashamed or embarrassed about their treatment. Hell, I was one of them, worrying others will judge me for still using quote-unquote drugs.
So methadone is a full agonist opioid used in medication-assisted treatment for the treatment of opioid addiction. Methadone is an extremely effective medication when used properly and prescribed correctly, and is a very controlled substance, which most people don't know that it is a Schedule II narcotic. And when offered in a narcotic treatment program, which is a methadone clinic, it is offered once daily, and patients are required to attend the clinic daily until they move through treatment and earn take-home medications. Methadone treatment is so effective because MAT treatment has been known to be significantly more effective and evidence-based in terms of treating this particular disorder.
Methadone is a medication used for decades to treat opioid addiction. Unlike heroin or prescription painkillers, methadone doesn't produce a high, but it reduces cravings and withdrawal symptoms. By doing so, it helps individuals stabilize their lives and engage in recovery without the constant pull of addiction. Methadone is a maintenance treatment. That's why it's called MAT. It's called MAT because it's a medicated assisted program. But we'll just say that. It's not about getting high, but helping people regain functionality in their lives. It alleviates withdrawal symptoms and cravings, allowing individuals to focus on recovery, work, and family life, giving them the stability they need for long-term healing. Despite its benefits, methadone is often stigmatized. People view it as just replacing one drug with another, when in reality, it prevents the cycle of addiction and makes recovery possible. And yet, the stigma persists. Why does the stigma exist? Many people believe recovery means complete abstinence from all substances.
Similar to someone who has diabetes or heart disease, it's important for people in the world to know that substance use disorders are, part of the disease model and need to be treated accordingly. And no one is saying that abstinence-based treatment doesn't work. However, MAT is a form of treatment that has been used for years and is now coming out of the shadows and is extremely effective in directly providing a patient with a high-touch environment every single day to come in, meet with a counselor, and really work through the disorder in the first place.
These drug treatment services are working to remove the stigma associated with methadone use as the number of patients increases. Canberra has more than 800 methadone users. Health workers say the ease of collection is helping users to lead more normal lives. But the number of methadone users who sit in treatment admit one of their hardest tasks is overcoming the common association between drug addiction and crime.
So as you just saw, that's basically how it is. You come in. Now in the treatment center that I'm in, when I go in, I give them my ID number. Everything is computerized, so they go into the computer instead of having the paper like he had out. I give them my number. They look up my chart. They ask me if I've been doing well with my dose. I let them know it, but it's an electronic machine that dispenses the exact amount of the dosage that I'm on, or whoever, whatever you're on. It goes into the cup. They watch you drink it, and you're done for the day. Now, in the application that we use at the treatment center that I go to, we actually go into the, when we put in our number, it will check us in, and then it will let us know if we have screening. And in that moment, you have to go to the back, do your drug screening, and then you get to phase up from there. If you do not pass your drug test, then there are repercussions. Overall, it's an amazing program. Overall, my family is so grateful to feel like they have their Chichi Sarita back. And here's another example.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, number 40.
5:30 a.m., doors open. We're in a place that many never see,
Thank you.
where Matthew Williams is trying to heal, an Army veteran and father who got addicted to pain pills, then heroin.
Good morning, Mary.
Morning.
Number 40.
You at 65?
Yes, ma'am.
He comes every day before work for a dose of pink liquid. This is methadone.
Basically, just tastes like cough syrup.
He gets weekly counseling here, but says the medicine is vital.
That's the biology part of it. You have to have the medicine so you can function every day to do these goals.
Methadone is an old and tested drug, but there is still mystery and stigma. Tightly regulated, the drug locked up at night.
Good day.
The nurse must scan in patients and give medicine from inside a secure room.
I have several women that have children. One patient that was here this morning, he owns $1 million company.
It is an opioid-like medicine with mild effects that attaches to receptors in the brain to prevent withdrawal.
Highly effective at helping individuals live normal lives.
Well, I definitely think it works. It's helping.
Lisa Nelson runs this clinic in Lake Worth, one of just 23 medication-assisted clinics in North Texas.
If someone's ready to get clean, they need a place to go.
While some can beat opioid addiction without medication, many others need this.
If we can get them to show up and stay, continue to come every day, we can see success rates upwards of 60 to 90%.
The methadone helps a lot.
Cody Ballard is 26. Every morning, his parents drive him to Lake Worth 50 minutes each way.
I knew I was going to have to bury him before he was 25.
Over a decade, his mom spent $100,000 trying to help him before he asked for methadone.
He first asked me if I would take him to the methadone clinic, and I told him no. I refused to trade one thing for the other.
For him, this is the one thing that has worked. He can hold down a job, rebuild his life.
He's a different person. He's the person I knew 12 years ago.
Just be able to do good for myself. And for my family.
Trying and failing and trying again. These families say what addicts need is understanding.
Really, the worst thing we can do is to make them feel more ashamed.
That's why on this day, at the courthouse in Denton,
Hi.
Patty Milam is there
I'm representing my son.
to see two women who completed a new 18-month program instead of going to jail. She came with 3 other moms who have each lost a son to heroin. But they still have hope for others.
And now back to our regularly scheduled program. Thank you for watching that part. But nah, for real, please share it to help spread awareness and compassion. Together we can really make a difference. Okay, y'all, so I actually got a Starbucks. I'm watching my sis, her vlog. It's on Love It or Leave It _ Rashida 888. That's her channel. I'm catching up because I have not been on YouTube. When I go through my BPD episodes, I stay away from YouTube and stuff like that. I just binge watch some of my old shows that keep me like somewhat grounded. But I'm catching up and watching all her videos. It's really good. You guys need to subscribe, okay, and watch her videos. She has some really good stuff on there. She talks about her spiritual journey, her twin flame. I'm getting some tea, okay? There is some tea on here. But yeah, we're on our way to pick up my equipment, and I got a text message from my boss, my recruiter that hired me, and it said, "Happy first day, you are a rock star, enjoy." And it's a Starbucks e-gift card, and on the e-gift card it says, "Hi there, happy first day. Thank you for being so patient and understanding throughout this process. You've been amazing. Have the best first day with coffee on us." And it's from Lexi. Yes. So I'm like, oh my god, that's so sweet. They didn't have to do that. I thought that was so amazing. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I'm about 10 minutes away to pick up my stuff and to meet everybody. Y'all, I'm like nervous, but I'm like nervously excited. So yeah, let's see how everything goes. I was just so excited. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, see you guys in a little bit. All right, y'all, we are on our way back. I got my stuff in the back. I had to fill out some training modules and sign some paperwork for my equipment. I'm so excited. We're on our way back. And then once I hook everything up, then I have to go into the chat and sign in. And I don't know if I'm going to be doing any actual training today or if they're just having me set up. But I know I'm definitely going to be doing training, actual system training on Wednesday and Thursday from what my boss said that I met today. She was really sweet, really cool. So I'm really excited to start. But alright, y'all. Alright, y'all. Damn, I didn't even realize my damn shirt was dirty. Hold on. I got 4 minutes to clock in. I'm sorry, I didn't have no time to film when I got to treatment because I had to do a UA, so I ended up not filming when I went over there. I didn't do my makeup because I just didn't feel like doing it today. I just washed my ass, did my hair, and I was like, you know what? I feel like just being fresh today. Fresh face, no makeup. So we're gonna leave our fresh face on. And let me go ahead and clock in.
Before we wrap up, I want to talk about something personal. In recovery, there's another path that's deeply transformative, the journey of self-awareness. And you know I always say self-awareness is a superpower. Well, if you don't know, now you know. While addiction treatment is crucial, some of us experience spiritual gifts, like being a psychic medium. For me, these gifts have been both beautiful and challenging. Being a psychic medium feels like standing on the edge of two worlds, this one and another one, full of unseen energies. It's a gift that requires constant learning and balance. And for those of us with these abilities, it's not always easy to understand how to navigate them. At first, these gifts felt like a burden, overwhelming and confusing. But I began to realize they weren't a curse, but a blessing. They remind me that there's so much more to this world than we could ever understand. And there's beauty in that mystery. Like addiction recovery, understanding these gifts is a process. It takes time, acceptance, and self-compassion. As we learn to forgive ourselves in recovery, those of us with psychic abilities learn to trust in our gifts without fear or shame. They're not something to run from. They're tools for healing. Navigating between these two worlds means learning to trust both what you see with your eyes and what you feel in your soul. The physical world is grounded in reality, while the other one is fluid, intangible, a realm of intuition, energy, and spirit. It's like trying to balance on a tightrope, never quite sure of what you'll encounter next. Over time, I've learned that the key to managing these gifts is surrender. Surrendering to the unknown, surrendering to the process, trusting that everything I experience, no matter how strange, has meaning, and that by embracing it, I can find my own clarity, my own purpose. It's not just about receiving messages or connecting with the unseen. It's about understanding how to translate what's felt, heard, or seen into something that makes sense in this world, something that helps others heal, grow, and find peace. Every day I learn more about the delicate dance between these two worlds. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled in two different directions, but the more I trust my inner guidance, the easier it becomes to navigate. Because in the end, these two worlds aren't so different after all. They're just different layers of the same reality. And with each step I take, I learn how to walk between them with grace. It's a journey, and it's one I'm really grateful to be on. It's easy to feel different when you have a gift like mine, but the truth is, we all have something special inside of us. Whether it's the ability to heal through medicine, therapy, or spiritual gifts, embracing these parts of ourselves is where the real beauty lies. I've struggled with more than addiction. If you've seen my previous videos, you've seen I've also lived with borderline personality disorder. For years, I was lost, filled with anger, confusion, and self-loathing. But life has a way of teaching us things when we're ready. This journey has been difficult, but it has been one of the most beautiful disasters of my life. Having BPD forced me to face myself in ways I never imagined. Through that pain, I grew. My growing pains has taught me resilience, and I'm grateful for them. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that we are all worthy of love, not just from others, but from ourselves. Unconditional love for ourselves is the foundation of healing. My struggles with BPD, addiction, and self-doubt don't define me. They're part of my story, but they're not the whole story. BPD has helped me understand my complexities. It has taught me the importance of balance, staying grounded, even amidst the chaos. It hasn't been easy, but it's been so fucking worth it. Through healing, I've learned that my past pain wasn't punishment. It was a lesson in resilience, and it has made me more compassionate towards myself and others. We are all worthy of healing, unconditional love, and acceptance. The road to understanding ourselves isn't easy, but it's worth it. If you're struggling with addiction, mental health, or even feeling like you don't belong, please know you're not alone. Embrace every part of yourself, even the parts you're still learning to understand. Life has taught me so many lessons. Even in the darkest times, I'm grateful for the wisdom I've gained. We all have the ability to heal, to grow, and to love ourselves unconditionally. It's not a perfect journey, but it's a beautiful one, I promise. If you're on the path of healing, remember this. You are worthy. You are enough. And you're not alone in this process. I've learned to embrace and love my shadow, giving her a voice, just like my ego and inner child. They all need to be acknowledged. Thank you for watching. If you found this video meaningful, please share it with others who might benefit. We all deserve love and support on our healing journey. Whether your gifts are intuitive, spiritual, or emotional, remember, you're not alone. You're learning to navigate growth, healing, and understanding. And that journey brings wisdom, strength, and the chance to share that light with others. Healing is a journey, not a destination. Embrace your gifts. Embrace your path. I've been diving deep into understanding myself. Those parts I once hid from the world, and honestly from myself too. The deeper I go, the more I uncover. And it's a journey I couldn't be more grateful for. Journaling has truly transformed my life. I've never been as self-aware as I am now. And here's the thing. It's different to be self-aware without feeling ashamed or believing that the parts of me I once tried to hide are the parts no one will ever understand or accept. For the longest time, I was afraid of judgment, especially around things that aren't quote-unquote socially acceptable. But you know what? I never really cared about what others thought about me, especially if they didn't know me. Fuck it. But now I see there's so much more to everything. Our gifts, spirituality, addiction, and fuck, life itself. As I get older, I find myself appreciating the little things more and more. And I'm genuinely happy to be alive. Something that feels like a complete contrast to the person I was before I decided to face every part of myself and truly accept it. I love myself now. Even the parts that others might feel uncomfortable with. I'm not embarrassed by the parts of me that I once kept hidden. So deeply hidden, I hid them from myself. I hope that my story resonates with you in the same way living it has opened my heart.
Okay. Well, this is my mom, guys. She had to get a cath today.
I felt like these people had low self-esteem. It's like, you want us to have nursing diagnosis what? Because you feel like you don't have enough esteem being a nurse, that like a doctor has a diagnosis?
She's acting.
That's my perception.
That's how I felt too.
I felt like
I'm gonna go.
my perception of this nurse.
I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass. Play with me. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna get up from here. You're gonna be start running.
Did the care plan, you had the
Déjame quieta antes que te meta una patada.
so that helped.
Así como estoy.
I have to admit, that part helped. Well, if I got a patient like this,
Estoy en La La Land.
but oh my gosh, you saw how they
Yeah, because the medication that they gave me, they put me in La La Land.
That's what
Sleeping.
at this point in time,
They're still probably doing them just because it's kind of rite of passage, I feel like. But they're not doing as many. But they were telling us before, like,
Sigue.
each semester you had to do like tons of nursing care plans.
Especially with med-surg classes.
Ay.
Yeah, guys, we are over here at the hospital.
positive probably 2 hours.
We've been here since 6 a.m. No, since 7 a.m. 7 a.m. I was watching a documentary on Netflix. It was pretty good. Pretty good. I ended up falling asleep. Nurse came and got me when she was done. They only had to do one stent on her. She's got a total of 4 stents right now. Her heart's doing better. She won't have to see the doctor for another 2 months. So she's doing good, guys. She's doing good. So
Bye. Love you guys.
I'm gonna kick her in the butt when she wakes up from the bed.
Tú nunca has visto una pata voladora, la vas a ver por primera vez en tu vida.
That goes. I do have a consultation about getting a tummy tuck. So, but the only thing that sucks is that every time I lose weight, because I know how to drop my weight like this. So every time I lose weight, I don't get my tummy tuck done. But I'm hoping this time I will stay focused, get my tummy tuck done, and then that way I will stay on top of my weight. But you know, when you're on methadone, you gain weight as well. And then with my BPD, my weight is up and down. So I'm gonna be talking to my doctor to get on something, not Ozempic. I've heard horrible things about Ozempic, but and I've done my research on it. So, but they have something else instead for people that don't have diabetes that works just as well. It doesn't give you the same side effects. So I will be letting you guys know about that. So we'll see. The future looks promising. I'm actually feeling very hopeful. And it hasn't been like that in a long time. It seems like a long time. Thank you for joining today's conversation. If there's anything that spoke to you, drop a comment. Share your thoughts. And let's keep the conversation going. If you want to. Hit that like button one time for your girl. One time for your girl. One time for your... One time for your girl. If you want to, go ahead and subscribe if you want to. And hit that notification bell. If you really got something out of this content and you liked it, you like me, you like watching my craziness, and you want to be part of the Astrofam and want to see more content like this, I give you the raw, and the real nitty gritty, baby. Ain't nothing that I'm hiding. So, thank you for spending this time for me. And if you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, welcome to the Astro Fam. Till then, y'all, I love y'all. Bye.